So, hello and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to read the Maratha state from 1674 to 1720. So, first ruler we're going to study about is Shivaji. Born at Shivaneri Fort in 1627, father is Shaji Bhosle, mother Jijabai, religious teacher was Samarth Ramdas. Shivaji inherited the Jagir of Pune from his father in 1637. After the death of his guardian, Dadaji Kondadev, in 1647, he assumed full charge of his Jagir. So he inherited the Jagir of Pune when he was about 10 years old. And after the death of his guardian Dadaji Kondadev, he assumed full charge of his Jagir from 1647. He conquered many forts with Singhgad or Kondana, Rohind and Chakan, Toran, Purandar, Rajgarh or Raigad, Supa, and Panhala. Afzal Khan was deputed by Adil Shah, ruler of Bijapur, to punish him. So Afzal Khan was the one who was deputed by Adil Shah to punish him, to punish Shivaji, but the latter, Afzal Khan, was killed by Shivaji in 1659. Shaista Khan, governor of Deccan, was deputed by Aurangzeb to put down the rising power of Shivaji in 1660. Shivaji lost Poona and suffered several defeats till he made a bold attack on Shaista Khan and plundered Surat and later Ahmednagar. Raja Jai Singh of Amber was then appointed by Aurangzeb to put down Shivaji. Jai Singh succeeded in besieging Shivaji in the fort of Purandar. Consequently, the Treaty of Purandar this is a very important one. The Treaty of Purandar in 1665 was signed, according to which Shivaji ceded some forts to the Mughal and paid a visit to the Mughal court at Agra. So, according to the Treaty of Purandar, Shivaji had to cede some forts to the Mughals and he had to pay a visit to the Mughal court at Agra. In 1674, Shivaji was coronated as capital Raigad and assumed the title of Hindava Hindavi Dharmodharak, the protector of Hinduism. After the Chhatrapati Shivaji, After that Chhatrapati Shivaji continued the struggle with Marathas. With sorry, After that Chhatrapati Shivaji continued the struggle with Mughals and Siddhis from Janjira. He conquered Karnataka during 1677 to 1680. So he assumed the title of Hendeve Dharmodharak, the protector of Hinduism, the Hindavi Dharmodharak basically. So Shivaji's administration. Shivaji divided his territory under his rule, Swaraj, into three provinces, each under a viceroy. Provinces were divided into prants, which were subdivided into pargana or tarafs. So first into prants, then subdivided into pargana, and then taraf. The lowest unit was a village headed by a Patel headman. Shivaji was helped by the Ashtapradhan, 8 ministers, which was unlike a collective of ministers, for there was no collective responsibility. Each minister was directly responsible to Shivaji. Shivaji's Ashpradhan were Peshwa, which is the Mukhya Pradhan, finance and general administration. Later he became prime minister and assumed great importance. The Majumdars or Amatya, revenue and finance minister, Waghe Naviz, Mantri, the home minister, Dabir Sumant, foreign minister, Sur Naviz, Sachiv, head of royal correspondence, Pandit Rao, head of religious affairs, Sar-e-Naubat, Senapati, military commander. This is an ordinary post with no real military powers. Justice or Nyayadhish. So these were the Ashtapradhanas, so the 8 ministers. The Peshwa, Majumdar, Waghe Navis, Dabir, Sun Navis, Pandit Rao, Sar-e-Naubat, and Nyayadhish. Most of the administrative reforms of Shivaji were based on Malik Ambar's Ahmednagar reforms. Assessment of land revenue was based on measurement. So land revenue assessment was based on the measurement. The Kathi of Malik Ambar was adopted as the unit of measurement. The unit of measurement was Kathi. Land revenue was fixed one third, that is 33% of the gross produce initially, then two-fifth, that is 40% of the gross produce after the reform. So final one was 40%. Chauth was one fourth, that is 25% of the land revenue was paid to the Marathas, so for not being subjected to Maratha raids. So in order to prevent the Maratha raids, you had to pay Chauth, which was around 25% of the land revenue, and it was paid to the Marathas, so for not being subjected to Maratha raids. Sardesh Mukhi was an additional levy of 10% on those lands of Maharashtra which the Marathas claimed hereditary rights, but which formed part of the Mughal Empire. So these were claimed by Marathas as a part of their hereditary rights, but they now were for were a part of the Mughal Empire. So Swadesh Mukhi, a levy of 10% of was claimed on these lands. The next ruler is Shambhaji from 1680 to 89. Sambhaji, the elder son of Shivaji, defeated Rajaram, the younger son of Shivaji, in a war of succession. He provided protection and support to Akbar II, the rebellious son of Aurangzeb. He was captured at Sangameshwar by a Mughal noble and executed. Rajaram was the next emperor from 1689 to 1700. He succeeded the throne with the help of the ministers at Rajgarh. He fled from Rajgarh to Jinji in 1689 due to a Mughal invasion in which Rajgarh was captured along with Sambhaji's wife and son Shahu by the Mughals. So in 1689, a Mughal invasion was at Rajgarh or Raigad, and in that Sambhaji's wife and son Shahu were captured by the Mughals. Rajaram died at Satara, which had become the capital after the fall of Jinji to Mughal in 1698. Rajaram created the new post of Pratinidhi, thus taking the total number of ministers to nine. So nine was the ninth one was the Pratinidhi, Ashtapradhan were the eight ministers, and now the ninth one was also added, which was the Pratinidhi. Tarabai from 1700 to 07, 1707. Rajaram was succeeded by his minor son Shivaji II under the guardianship of his mother Tarabai. Tarabai continued the struggle with Mughals. Shahu from 1707 to 1749. Shahu was released by the Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah. Tarabai's army was defeated by Shahu in the Battle of Khed in 1700, and Shahu occupied Satara. But the southern part of the Maratha kingdom, with its capital Kolhapur, continued to be under the control of the descendants of Rajaram, Shivaji II, and later Shambhaji II. Shahu's reign saw the rise of Peshwas and transformation of the Maratha kingdom into an empire based on the principle of confederacy. Balaji Vishwanath from 1713 to 20, the first Peshwa. He began his career as a small revenue official and was given the title of Sena Karte, marker of the army, by Shahu in 1708. He became Peshwa in 1713 and made the post the most important and powerful as well as hereditary. He played a crucial role in the final victory of Shahu by winning over almost all the Maratha Sardars to the side of Shahu. He concluded an agreement with the Sayyid brothers, Kingmaker 1719, by which the Mughal Emperor Farooq Siyar recognized Shahu as the king of the Swarajya. So he concluded an agreement with the Sayyid brothers, the king, he was a kingmaker, by which the Mughal Emperor Farooq Siyar recognized Shahu as the king of the Swarajya. Maratha Confederacy from 1720 to 1818. Bajirao first. Bajirao, the eldest son of Balaji Vishwanath, succeeded him as Peshwa at the young age of 20. He was considered the greatest exponent of guerrilla tactics after Shivaji, and Maratha power reached its zenith under him. Under him, several Maratha families became prominent and got themselves entrenched in different parts of India. After defeating and expelling the Siddhis of Janjira from the mainland, he conquered Bassein, Bassein and Salsette from the Portuguese in 1739. He also defeated Nizam ul Mulk near Bhopal and concluded the Treaty of Dortha Sarai, by which he got Malwa and Bundelkhand from the latter in 1738. So he concluded the Treaty of Dortha Sarai and he got Malwa and Bundelkhand. He led innumerable successful expeditions into North India to weaken the Mughal Empire and to make the Marathas the supreme power in India. He said about Mughals, let us let us strike at the trunk of the withering tree and the branches will fall of themselves. This is a very impactful statement. Balaji Bajirao from 1740 to 61, popularly known as Nana Sahib. He succeeded his father at the age of 20. After the death of Shahu in 1749, the management of all state affairs was left in his hands. In an agreement with the Mughal Emperor Ahmad Shah, the Peshwa was to protect the Mughal Empire from internal and external enemies like Ahmad Shah Abdali in return for Jodh. So the Peshwa was to protect the Mughal Empire from internal and external enemies like Ahmad Shah Abdali in return of Jodh. The Third Battle of Panipat from Jan 1761 resulted in the defeat of the Marathas by Ahmad Shah Abdali and the death of Vishwas Rao and Sadashiv Rao Bhau. This event shocked the Peshwa Balaji Baji Rao, and after 6 months he also died. The battle ended the Maratha power. So the Marathas actually charged Chauth from the Mughals for protecting them from internal and external enemies like Ahmad Shah Abdali. But in the third battle of Panipat, the Marathas faced defeat on the hands of Ahmad Shah Abdali, and this led to the death of Vishwas Rao and Sadashiv Rao. And this event was such a shocker that Peshwa Balaji Baji Rao also died 6 months later. And this was the end of the Maratha power. Successors of Balaji Baji Rao: Madhav Rao, Narayan Rao, Savai Madhav Rao, and Baji Rao II from 1795 to 1818. Anglo-Maratha Wars. The first Anglo-Maratha War, favoring the cause of Raghunath Rao Rakhoba for Peshwaship. English Hastings came in conflict with the Marathas. On being defeated, the British had to sign the humiliating Convention of Vadgaon in 1779. British later signed Treaty of Salwai in 1782, renouncing the cause of Raghoba. Second Anglo-Maratha War was in 1803 to 1806. The Maratha Peshwa signed the subsidiary alliance Treaty of Massena on 1802. The Maratha Confederacy, which did not like the idea, challenged the British power but were defeated by the British. Third Anglo-Maratha War. Lord Hastings was determined to proclaim British paramountcy in India. He moved against Pindaris, transgressed the sovereignty of the Maratha chiefs, and the war began. The Marathas were decisively defeated. So, with this, we have covered the bullet points of the Maratha state from 1674 to 1720. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in another video. Till then, see ya. Bye.